Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City, a place where we can reconnect. Today on the Little Farm, we're going to reconnect by planting some herbs. Spices? We've been using herbs for a long time. As a matter of fact, we've been using herbs longer than we've been recording history. In Egypt, there are herbologist schools that go all the way back to 3000 BC. What's the difference between a herb and a spice? That's simple. Just the part of the plant that it comes from. With its variety of uses, from medicinal to culinary, to even spiritual, herbs are pretty cool, and they're pretty easy to grow. My herb garden bed is right here beside the regular garden. It's not enclosed though. Maybe it should be, but so far I haven't had any problem with the animals eating the herbs, which is really kind of strange, except for the chives. But I already have some things that are coming up that are perennial that came up, and then I'm in zone 6, so there's a few things that I do have to replant every year. I have to replant my basil, my rosemary. I need to transplant my Russian sage because it has overgrown a spot here in the herb garden, and I'm going to grow it over by the fairy garden. So I'm going to dig that up and transplant that. And then I made a mistake of planting some mint in my herb garden, which the bees really loved it, but it kind of got out of hand. So I'm going to try to dig that up as well and put it in a pot. I think we'll take a look at it right now before we start planting things. The reason I'm using this part of the garden for the herb garden is because it gets a lot of sun. Our chives are already sprouting up, and the oregano is coming in. And this is where I planted the mint, and I'm going to dig that up and move it to a pot. Maybe I'll just place a pot right here for it. This is my Russian sage, already starting to pop up a little bit too. If you look real close, you'll see. And then there's not much else going on. The chamomile usually gets planted over here. The bee balm is really coming in strong. And I usually plant rosemary and basil in the front. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'll plant some lavender in here this year. And maybe I'll plant the chamomile there since I'm moving that. Well, it's too early to plant chamomile yet, but I think I'll save a spot for it. And I am going to thin this out and take some of this to the garden at the school. Okay, I guess I kind of got it figured out what I'm going to do. Just need to dig some holes and put it in. It's a little bit woody, so I kind of have to, and deep. My sage right here. Kind of got a little root bound, but I'm gonna puddle. Here we go. I am mending the soil. compost, and some other things. Some paper from the Easter eggs. We used to have the fairy garden here, and then I wanted more room for herbs and moved the fairy garden to another place. My plants were growing in pots, and then you grow them inside. You have to get them acclimated to the cold weather by bringing them out during the day and then bringing them in at night. So I've been doing that. And now they're ready to come outside. I pulled back a lot of bee balm. And now I'm gonna go ahead and plant my basil. And it was in a little pot, so I want to make sure that the roots are nice and loosened up. And I'll mix in some of that soil in there. I'm going to plant it right to the top, and then I'll, like a tomato plant. You know how you trim a couple of leaves off the stalk? And we're going to do that too. Oop, there's another worm. Wormies for the ducks. Creeping Jenny gets everywhere around here too. It's okay, I don't mind Creeping Jenny, I just don't like Creeping Charlie too much. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and dig a hole for our lavender. These daffodils and tulips will die back in a few weeks. And then, let's see. So we're going to maybe soil is really rich. As I've used compost from our compost pile, stick it in there and mix it in with the soil. When everything dies back, and then sometimes I cover it with leaves, sometimes I just let it go. Here. My cardboard. Loosen that cheese and cut for a while too. There. This soil. The worms to keep her company. Lavender's really nice. I like to cut it and put it in my bathroom. And when people wash their hands, they can rub their hands on the lavender. They want to have their hands smell nice. I need to plant ginger. Just a little bit of this, just some ginger that I got at the store, organic ginger. It have these cute little garden markers at the dollar store, and I don't like the colors exactly. So I'm going to take them apart. So I'm just going to lop that off like that. And I can't decide. I can't decide whether I want to paint them all black, the wire all black, and then these all black, or if I want to paint the wire black and these are kind of a terracotta color, or paint it black, make it look like slate. Oh, I can't decide. Guess what? I didn't like them. I got them in the ground, and it was just too much. I didn't like them. So I pulled them all out, and I think I'm just going to use my old markers that I've had. They look like this. But I kind of like these. They're kind of, I don't know why. I guess they match me. They're all rusty and old. So I guess I'll just put these in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give those, the new ones, I'll give those to my friend, Mrs. Yant, because she just bought some little tags for her garden, but she didn't have any little hoopy things. So I'm just going to go ahead and give her those tomorrow when I see her at the garden club. That's what I'm going to do. They won't go to waste. We don't waste anything here on the little farm. Oh, I like this one. It's aging really nice. I've been so tired lately, and I am going to go on a vacation here next week. Don't worry, you get to come along too. I just haven't felt quite right since Jackie left. So Mr. Steve and I are going to go on a vacation, and his aunt is going to take care of the animals for us. See how she does. I hope she does okay. If she needs any help, I'll have her call you guys. Alright? You know all about the animals, don't you? So I like it when we're just here being quiet together. These in. Let's look and see what it looks like. Thank you for helping me plant my herb garden today. It was really nice to have your company. You're pretty special, you know that? Especially to me. Thank you for visiting Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Make sure you get outside today, and we'll see you next time. Bye! I thought that would be a good spot for some lavender here with the kids are playing. Maybe calm them down a little bit.